I, first and foremost, need to apologize to our fans because I truly believe what I did in May, given the actual evidence of the situation and the league's history on discipline matters, would make it much easier for the league to exonerate Tom Brady. Unfortunately, I was wrong.
On one side, you can point to the complete absurdity of a couple of pounds of compressed air being the flashpoint for a scandal rocking the most powerful sports league in America. The other side can just as easily point to the need to ensure integrity in a sport that will do everything they can to avoid losing even one deep-pocketed fanatic. And smack in the middle are questions about lies, smashed cell phones, botched investigations, and a potentially tarnished golden boy. No one dissects the NFL and the business behind it than the man who invented the concept of analyzing sports business, the sports professor, our golden boy, if you will, Rick Horrow. I'm frightened. What do you have in your hand?
Put the cell phone down. Don't even talk about it, right? I'll just leave that alone because we've got to get to the facts on this stuff. But I could have gone on for 3 or 4 minutes on that theme, don't you think?
You really could have, but I'm so glad you did put it down because we only have about 4.5 minutes to go. Look, did the NFL really make a complete mess of this from the beginning? And no matter how you look at it, when you talk about integrity, there's a big issue there with how they handled this.
Well, the bottom line is there are a number of mixed signals, and the communication could have been better. But Roger Goodell is arguing over the sanctity of Article 46, which was bargained for. That's lawyer speak. What it is a discipline process. And now there is a federal lawsuit that the Players Association files in a jurisdiction that's player-friendly. The NFL beat them to it. The bottom line is we're now talking about process, and just when we want to make sure that everybody comes back to training camps and the stories abound over 32 teams, we're focusing over PSI and physical nature of the deflation of footballs.
This is ridiculous.
No one wanted that to happen.
This is ridiculous that we're talking about it at this point, but we have to go to the next point, which is the appeal process. In your opinion, as somebody who knows sports, the NFL, and is an attorney, is Tom Brady smart to follow this in an appeal because he could wind up not playing later in the season?
Well, yeah, but the bottom line, of course, is that there will be a federal lawsuit now on the issue of an injunction, and can the courts require him to play? There's great deference placed on labor negotiation. Otherwise, why would you negotiate? And so courts are usually loath to overturn this kind of stuff, but Tom Brady is making a symbolic statement. Robert Kraft is now defending his not only quarterback, but his fan base. Remember, the Patriots are worth about $2.6 billion, according to Forbes, and about $500 million of revenue. What about the NFL? You look at the Packers numbers, the insight into public records, because remember, they're community-owned, and you understand the NFL revenues have gone up 20% over last year. So there's a lot of protection of their own nests going on. Hopefully this gets resolved quickly. I fear not.
All right. Now, you brought up the cell phone. You had it in your hand. Let's just talk about that briefly. Brady says that he had the phone destroyed. He does it on a regular basis. His attorneys apparently told him to do it. He says the NFL told them to do it. Rick, honestly, isn't that just... It doesn't wash. It's a weak excuse, and everybody looks at it and says, if you weren't guilty, why did you destroy what could have been evidence? You knew that they wanted it.
Let me go to the greater point, which is that the 32nd most marketable athlete in North America, some would say even more, according to metrics, is now trying to convince a skeptical public that the cell phone destruction had nothing to do with the trail of evidence regarding this particular case. And it is unfortunate that the process has unfolded where you even have to make that case. That's the point.
All right. Second point. Robert Kraft says, I was wrong to put my faith in the league. He and Roger Goodell will not be exchanging Christmas cards anytime soon. What about that rift? Because Kraft is a very powerful guy.
Well, he's very powerful, and he has 1 vote out of 32, so let's remember that. There are a lot of Patriot haters, but I think there are even more owners that need to protect the integrity of the league. And one of the things that Roger Goodell, like it or not, is trying to do is to uphold a process, fair or not, and no individual superstar is above the law. You suspend for 4 games, you bend over backwards to give more information in the league, and usually, based on past history, the suspensions are reduced. Not always. You don't have to do that, and that's one of the things that Roger Goodell is saying is, I'm sticking by my process. This isn't over.
30 seconds in. Has Goodell done more damage to the integrity by the way this has been handled, the way other cases have been handled, the way the sexual abuse cases have been handled? That's what people are pointing to.
Well, they can point to that, but you have now a process that everybody is now playing by the same set of rules after Greg Hardy, after Ray Rice, after Adrian Peterson. This is not that. This is deflation of footballs, for gosh sakes. And there are processes to deal with that, too. It's all in Article 46. I'm not saying it was right, but I'm saying the next step the federal court deals with has very little to do with substance, but has a lot to do with process.
Then you believe, without a doubt, Tom Brady's going to be on the field opening day?
No, not beyond a doubt. I believe it's possible, but not probable.
Oh, come on. I was trying to push you into a definite there. Come on, Mr. Attorney. Let me push you one time.
I'll look at my cell phone. I'll see what it says.
Look at your cell phone. Will he be there? All right, let me just go ahead. I'll wait for the moment. We're not going to give up. Don't put that up. We'll give out your cell phone number. Rick Horrow, always a pleasure, my friend. Thanks so much for joining us. Talk to you soon. Coming up next, the jokes are permanently over, and not even Fat Albert should save the cause. Next on The Hard Line.